Yo, what's going on, you guys? Drum Machine Addicts is back again with another highly requested tutorial, and today we are in MPC 2.0 starting our new series showing you how to do hip-hop production. So we're going to start today showing you how to do hip-hop drums, maybe a little bit of light pad work, a little bit light drum work. You know how we do. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. Now if you look at my screen, you'll see that I use the legacy drums that come with the MPC software. I loaded two different drum kits just because I wanted a variety. I have the MPC 2000 Hip Hop kit and the MPC 2000 Standard kit. And right now I'm using the MPC 2000 Hip Hop kit, as we can see from right here. And we are on pad bank A. So this second sound right here is a drum sound that I really like. So I think I'm going to start making my beat. Now the first thing you want to do is find a groove. Maybe a tempo that you like. So the tempo right now is at 120. So if we want to know what that sounds like, let's turn on our metronome up here and let it play. Right? Now that sounds kind of cool, but I think I might want it a little bit faster. So let's move it up to like 125. All right, let's see how that sounds now. All right, and that sounds perfect to me. So cool. At this point, let me go ahead and add my drums and let's see if I can come up with something cool. All right, so I'm going to press record. I'm doing this from my MPC studio, by the way. So if you don't see me click, record is up here, and play is right there. So I could press play, but I'm going to do it from my studio device. Alright, so I have a drum lay, a kick drum. I like the groove of it. The tempo is right. So let me go ahead and see if I can find maybe a snare that I like, or a hi-hat or something. Alright, so I found a snare I like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click overdub, which if you're strictly in the software without the controller, overdub is right next to record. You have record right here, then overdub right there, and punch in right there. Cool. So I click overdub, hit play. All right, so now we have a kick drum and we have a snare drum. So from here, it's really up to you what you want to do, but you can go ahead and lay a hi-hat or two, right? So let's go ahead and find some cool hi-hat effects that we like. You know what? I think I'll go back to pad bank A. I really like that hi-hat right here. Has a lot of reverb on it, gives it a nice roomy effect. So let's go ahead and add that too. And I like this effect too, so I want to see if maybe I can add something to this too. So the key thing you want to keep in mind when you're beat making is you just want to be creative, man. You don't want to box yourself in. You don't want to judge what you're making too much. You want to refine your ear over time, but have fun with it. So if you hear something that sounds interesting and you want to try it out, hey man, or woman, sis, bro, whatever, try that shit. All right, let's go. All right. So didn't really sound like anything I would like. So what I'll do is, and what you can do is load up multiple drum kits and then just open a new track and then select the other drum kits. So, because there may be sounds in different kits that you like, this way you can go ahead and start curating and come up with your own custom kit. That way, the next time you make a beat, you got something to go back to. So, let's see what we have in here. I really like this hi-hat, all right? It sounds like the other open hi-hat we had with a little less reverb and a couple, just a couple octaves higher. So I'm going to make this into a roll. So I'm going to use the note repeat button and see how that sounds. Overdub. All right, and I think I'm going to adjust this loop since it's so repetitive. I'm going to make it a 4-bar loop. But if you notice how those drums sound, that's kind of how trap hi-hats sound if you do trap music or if you do EDM and stuff. It's just it's like a really repetitive 16th count high note. Just like that. All right, so you got your kick drum, you've got a snare drum, and you've got a hi-hat. So at this point, you can add any type of sound effects you want and then move on to your melody. So, you could find a nice lead synth if you have some plugins. Maybe you want to use a pad. Maybe you want to add some bass sounds. It's really up to you at that point. But for now, this is part 1. And I'm going to add one more sound and then that'll close us out for the end of this video. So let's find one more thing to add to this drum pattern. All right, so right there we have a drum pattern that I really like. I think is dope. If you noticed, I just added a second kick on top of our first kick to give it a little more bottom. And then I added another snare too to add to our first snare on track 1 to make it sound crispy. And then I muted the hi-hats because it didn't sound like it belonged anymore, or at least to me. You might have different opinions. If you do, leave it in the comments. And if you have any questions, don't forget to hit us at drummachineaddicts@gmail.com. But this is part 1 of our new series showing you guys more about hip hop production. If you have any questions, hit us up. We'll see you next time. Peace.